Welcome. It's Meditation Monday. Take a moment to land in this space. Take a moment to find a comfortable seat. Make sure that you set yourself up for the next couple of minutes where we notice our posture, notice your breath, and begin to allow yourself to be here for a period of time, hopefully without a whole lot of judgment, a whole lot of labels to what this is, right? I've been thinking about what meditation is to me and how unique it can be. Basically, it's like comedy. It's subjective. What is meditation for you might be different than everybody else, right? Which is simply just this kind of one-pointed awareness, and to meditate on something, right? To think about something, or we meditate on the breath, or we meditate on a subject or a concept. It's allowing yourself to be fully into something, but without creating a cap or a ceiling to kind of the elements of it. So basically, what I'd like to do is allow, right? It's an allowance of what comes up, so allowing thoughts to arise, feelings, and just reactions to things, right? It's okay, right? I'm kind of stepping back, and I'm going to be the observer of these things as they transpire, as they move. And the best way to do that is to land fully in here, right? Noticing maybe just how your breath feels, right? Noticing where in your body you feel it. Noticing kind of how the body feels, the shoulders, the neck, the hips, the knees. And when things come up like, ooh, that hurts, or that's uncomfortable, it's allowing that pain to happen or that discomfort to happen, and not really necessarily doing much to change it or to do anything about it, right? It's not action. Meditation is more the absence of action. It's more of a kind of observation of things so that you can be better prepared for when it's time to take action. That's the way I look at it. And I thought, I started meditating probably seriously maybe 5 years ago. So that's something that you take into account. There are people that do it their whole lives, right? They're 20, 30, 40 years of meditating, and it doesn't matter how long you do it. It just matters when it starts to become something that you enjoy to do, then you're doing it for the true act of doing it. Just like it's fun to play music or to read a book, right? Sometimes you just do something for the sake of enjoying that you do it, right? That's what we're trying to do here. So keep practicing, and eventually it gets to a point that you enjoy doing it and you look forward to doing it. That's where I'm at. Land, notice, and allow. Begin to maybe allow the senses to dull. So you can hear what you hear, you can see what you see, right? Allowing those things, but don't try to listen close, right? Don't try to pinpoint something in front of you with your eyes. Just step back from your senses and let them work for you. Rather than looking and saying, oh, that's the wall. You just allow your eyes to take in what's in front of you. You let the sounds, the smell, it all just happens. Allow the breath to be happening naturally, right? Notice as you inhale and exhale without changing anything. You're just noticing how it feels, how it sounds. you recognize as a thought arises, or a worry, or a judgment, or a whatever, right? Whatever happens in the brain space, allow that too. So rather than trying to change it or fix it or think, oh, I shouldn't be thinking anything right now, I should be meditating, it's okay. Allow that too. And keep landing here, noticing what you notice, even if that's that you notice that you're not noticing. That's okay too. It's the awareness that you keep coming back. I keep coming back to the idea that I'm here and now and noticing the breath and the body. And as you continue to let the thoughts arise and the feelings and the noticing of the senses, you allow that. And you continue to let go of the titles, right? You come back to the essence. And the essence is I am, right? You are. You are this, here and now. In the grand scheme of things, we're connected to so much more than just our bodies, than just our personalities, right? So you're coming into this space and you're just allowing this sense of just I am this, I am here. And you don't have to even complete the sentence. It's not I am this, that, and the other thing. But take away the rest of it, right? Kind of let go of the story. Notice what you are outside of that story, right? What is behind the story you tell yourself, the story you tell others? This is a moment to step into that space storyless. And that can be scary at first. So notice that. Notice if that's uncomfortable to think of yourself as not who you say and think you are. And you can notice the silliness of this, right? Like the idea that you're trying to do anything other than what's on your to-do list or your work that is to be done, right? I can't just sit here and do nothing. That's okay too. Keep coming back to the breath in the way that notices that you're just taking in a breath and you're releasing, right? No control over it, but just being aware. Aware, because if your breath is your life force, you allow that into your body. Then you notice your body, you notice the ailments or the discomforts. Maybe you notice the comforts, right? Notice that it's okay to just sit here comfortably. And as the chatter happens in the brain, as the body speaks to you, keep listening and then let the next thing happen. Challenge yourself to, what will my next thought be? You keep coming into acceptance and allowance, right? Rather than fighting the mind, because we can't do that. There's the old trick of, don't think of an elephant, don't think of an elephant. What are you going to think of? Most likely an elephant. So by saying I'm not going to think is truly just a joke. You will think. Your brain will want to create problems or solve problems, and you're not going to be problemless. But you can maybe take a step back, look at the story or the problem from a different point of view. That's the goal here. So as you keep allowing, maybe you close the eyes down. If taking in with your senses is a bit too much, you can allow maybe some quietness to turning inward. And continue to quiet down, right? So the thoughts can continue, and they might be loud, but if you don't react to them, that's your quietness. Your quietness is the non-reactive side of your brain that's not reacting to the thoughts or the feelings, but simply observing them, noticing them. Maybe visuals arise, allow that. Losing sight of the breath, allow that. Come back, notice. And keep creating space for more things, right? So as you go inward, as you breathe, as you notice, there's maybe an essence of space growing where you have an infinite amount of space to allow all of these things to happen, right? The noticing. It cycles into this infinite space that is never full because you can continue to notice infinitely. We have a finite amount of energy, right? So our actions and reactions to things, that's finite. But our ability to listen and take in what's happening within that world inside, that can be limitless. So keep allowing the space, keep allowing whatever's happening, thought-wise, feeling-wise, breath-wise. Let it flow into this infinity pool of nothingness, right? So what's going to come from, something going into nothingness. So it's just allowing this busy mind to continue to roll in that way, and so continue to allow it. Continue to allow the breath in and out. You can bring a gentle smile, right? Kind of letting go of the seriousness of all of this. Let your heart be open, smile there, right? Broadening through that area. You could roll your shoulders back, notice your posture again. And as we sit, as we continue to be in this space, comfortably, safe, things can arise, right? So if I have a pain in my shoulder, it keeps bugging me, I keep getting annoyed, and then I have to kind of shake it off, and that's okay, and then I let it go. And then it arises again, right? It's the loudest voice because it's the most discomfort or painful or annoying, right? You can listen to that, but then listen to what's behind that. What's behind the loudest voice? The next more subtle voice, the subtle body. Notice that. And keep coming back to the seat of the observer, right? Not the reaction, but the noticing. And then we'll take just those few moments to just notice only the breath. Right now we're going to try our best. The effort here is simply to kind of let go even of the thoughts and the racing mind and the body pains and all that. We're going to listen to 10 breaths. Just inhale and exhale. Noticing how it feels in the body, in and out. Try not to control, but to notice. Observing. Being curious. Continuing to allowing that in and out breath. Allowing yourself to be here and now. When you've completed your 10 breaths, you can then allow again the thoughts, the feelings. They all can come rushing back if you were able to pause it for just those 10 breaths. Good for you. If you weren't, that's also okay. Because these are all practices. You practice something to eventually get better at it. But like I said, sometimes there's just a moment, it just clicks. Or maybe you just naturally, quickly, and easily ease into the idea of this world of meditation. I invite you to challenge yourself if it's hard, but also notice what parts are easy, right? What part of this might seem on the easy side. So you notice both ends of the spectrum. Take one more deep breath in, filling up the lungs, exhale it all out. And as you land back in your body, let your shoulders be relaxed, let yourself sit comfortably. Now you can allow yourself to kind of really sink into your seat, let go of the idea of your posture, maybe even get a little twist or stretch, right? Move a little bit. And then just thank yourself for arriving, for being here for this period of time, for taking time out of your day to be mindful and notice what you can notice and take a step back and be the observer. And then you can go and take your action based on what you experienced in these moments. So thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your Meditation Monday. You have a good rest of the week. And I'll be back tomorrow for Tune In Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day.